Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so the agenda for today is we'll discuss couple of field types and a validation rule. So the agenda for today is we'll discuss roll-up summary field, validation rule, formula field, right? So formula field is actually it is used to calculate thing, and the output will be the value of the field. So let's say um, if you want to calculate the percentage of on the total amount, right? And whatever the amount will come after, using that percentage value, that will be the final amount value. So formula field is a read-only field, and the output of or the value of this field will be based on a calculation. Another one is a roll-up summary field. So it is a special kind of field, and you can only build it if there is a master detail relationship between two objects, right? So if there is a master object and a child object, so you can create a roll-up summary field on the master object, and you can get count some min max values of the child records. So let's say if one master record is associated with multiple child records, so you can simply get the count of all the records for one master record, right? Similarly, if you want to calculate or get the sum of all one field of related to all the child record, then you can get, and minimum maximum value also you can get. And then the third thing that we will discuss is validation rule. So validation rule is nothing, just a validation of the user input. So if user is filling a form, right, and then the form is actually being validated with the validation rule. So you can validate field using the validation rule. There are some standard validations. So let's say on the name field, you can see there is a red line. So you have to put the value in the name field. So that is one validation. You can have multiple validations. You can create a multiple validation to validate a single form, right? So that we will discuss. Okay, so let's just first discuss formula field. What all are the formula field? So if you will give the definition of a formula field is a read-only field. Actually, you cannot put the value, right? And whose value is automatically calculated by Salesforce using a formula expression you define. So basically, you have to define a formula expression. Based on that, Salesforce will calculate and automatically provide the value of that read-only field, right? And its value will update every time the record is loaded. So whenever you are loading the record on in Salesforce, the value will automatically update. If there is any change, if in the calculation, the value will again change. So no manual entry or automation needed for this. Okay, there are some characteristic of a formula field. And the value is actually calculate at runtime. It doesn't store in the database. So just remember that the value of the formula field is not stored in database. So it is a calculated value and generally calculate on runtime only. It is a read-only field. User cannot manually put the value or edit the value in this field, right? It is available on all standard and custom object, right? Okay, and can reference field on related parent objects. So now I hope you understand what is a formula field. Formula field is a read-only field whose value is automatically calculated by Salesforce using a formula expression you define. So there are some written type of formula field. One is text. So after calculating or whatever the expression you are defining, based on that, Salesforce will return a value that will be the output of that field, and you can define the return type of that value. So there are multiple return types of formula field. One is text. It will give the string output. Another one is number. It will give you the numeric output. And there is an currency. It will give the value in a money format, right? And another one is date and date time. So it will give you the output as an date, right? and we have a checkbox as a return type. So it will give you true or false as a return type, right? There is one more percent, so it will give you percent as a return type, right? There are some functions that you can use. Let me just show you how you can create a formula field, and then probably you will understand, and then we will discuss common functions related to formula field, right? So you can create it on a particular object, right? So just select the object on which you want to create it. Let's do it on opportunity. Just want to, or account. I mean, that doesn't matter. Let's just do it on account. And it is again, you can create it by using field and relationship. You can click on field and relationship, and here you can click on new field, right? Okay, and then you can see here our data type is formula, right? You can read the text in front of it. It is a read-only field that it derives its value from a formula expression you define. The formula field is updated when any of the source field change. Okay, so you can click on next after selecting the data type as formula, and here it is asking for the return type. So we discuss all these return type. We discuss time, we discuss text, we discuss percent, number, date, time, date, currency, checkbox. All these are the data types we have, right? And here you can give the field name. So let's say uh, I'm just giving the name as formula field. Okay, and let's just use text, right? Or number, right? And just hit next. Here you will get the formula. Here you will write the formula, right? So you can select a simple formula, advanced formula. Advanced formula, you will get some functions, right? So we'll discuss about some functions. We'll drag and drop some functions, and then we will delete, right? So you can see here there is a first button that is insert field. So if you will click on this button, you can insert a field in an existing object or from a parent object. So let's just click on this. So currently we are on account. So you can select all the fields those are related to account. Account owner is a user, right? So you can select any field that you want from the user. See here. And account record type, if you want to select any record type, then you can select here. And there is any other object that is associated with that account as a parent, you can select that object. So you can select any field that you want from the account objects. Let's say a rating, right? So you can select any field that you want from the account object. Okay, you just need to click on the field that you want to insert, and just click on insert, and it will come here, right? And you can use this field value in your calculation. So whatever the field you will mention here, whatever the value will be at the runtime, that will be used in the calculation. Okay, and then we have another button here, or drop down. It is just to insert operator. So let's say if you want to insert any operator, if it is add, addition, subtraction, multiply, divide, exponentiation, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, concatenate, equal, not equal, less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal, and or. All these operators you can use in your calculation, right? And then we have functions, right? So I can name some of the important functions. Number one is if condition. So uh, let me just show you how you can use that. So let's say here you have the function. So you can simply click on if, and you can insert. So now it is telling you if logical test is this, value if true, value if false. So first of all, you have to put your logical test here. Let's suppose I'm not actually, because it is a pick list value, so we need to put it into the pick list value, but I'm just trying to show you. If rating equals to hot, right? Then let's say you want to return. So our return type is number, right? So if you want to return as 100, and if it is not, then you can return 0, right? So this is how you can manage. Though for a pick list value, if you want to compare a pig list value, then you have to use it in another way. We'll let you know. Okay. So the first function that we have discussed is if. So first you need to provide the condition, and if the condition is true, then you have to provide the value. If condition is equal to false, then you have to provide the value, right? So basically there is a function that is called isPickVal. So basically that we need to use if we are using any picklist value. Another function that I want to discuss with you guys is and. So if you will go here, let me just click on and insert. So let me just go to next line. And so basically it is checking if all the conditions that we are providing here, if all are true, right? So then only it will go further. So let's say whatever you are providing in logical 1, logical 2, and if both are true, then whatever you will write next, that will execute. If any one of these are not true, then whatever you will write next, that won't run, right? So that's and. Another function is or. So it is like and only, but any of the condition that you will provide here in this or, if any of these condition are true, then only then or will return true, and whatever you will write after or, that will run, right? So whatever you will write here, that will run. Another function that is an important function, that is text, basically. So let me show you the text here. So this is an important function also. So basically whatever value you will provide here in the text, it will convert that value into the text, right? So let's say if you will provide any value, let's say if rate equal to hot, right? Then it will convert that value into text. So that is why we use it. Another important function that you will use here is today. So basically today function we use, today function we use just to return the today's date, right? So if you want to return a date today, then you can use today function. Okay. Another function we have is now. Actually, now will return the date time both. Let me just show you. So you can if you will select the function, you can also get how you can use it and what's the purpose of this function. So you can get it in the lower section. So you can see here, return a date time representing the current moment, right? So now will return the date time both. Another important function that you will use is len. At Actually, what len is give you, it will give you the length of the text string, right? So whatever text you are providing here, it will give you the length in numbers. Let's say if you will want to get the length of text as a word, right? So it will give you 4. Okay. Now there are two functions, left and right. So let's say if I want to go it left, and there is another function is right. So basically what they give you, you can although read here, but they generally extract and chars from the left or right. So whatever the number you will give here, they will extract that the text from till that index, right? So that is why we use it. Another is contains. This is also an important function. If you will come here, so what contains generally do, it check if the text you are searching is there or not, and then it returns true or false, right? So this is another important function we can use. Another important function, and the last one in the list, that is blank. You can see here The purpose of is blank is check if the field is empty or not, right? So if you want to check before you need to use it, if you want to check if the function, if the value is there in that field or not, then you can simply use is blank. So these are the important functions that you can use, and there are key operators we have already discussed. So plus, minus, multiplication and division. These are the arithmetic operators, right? And we have equals to, not equals to, and what else? Less than, greater than. These are the comparisons, right? And then we have and. For and you will use a double ampersand. Then we have or, right? And then we have exclamatory. So these are the logical and or not, right? And for concatenation, you will use ampersand, right? And it is only for text concatenation if you want to join any text values. And then we have parenthesis just to grouping. Okay, so these are the operators that you can use. Any question till now? Anyone, any question? No. Okay,
No,
so yeah, go ahead. Who is asking?
no question.
Okay. Okay, let me just give you some real world formula examples, right? So if you want to get, let's suppose, age of opportunity, right? So let's say if you want to calculate age of opportunity, how many days we have that opportunity, right? So, or you can simply want to say, show how many days an opportunity has been open, right? So what you can do is you can simply use a today function, right? And you can minus created date. So you can use a created date or insert. You can simply check the syntax if whatever the value you are providing here. Actually, our data type is different, so that is why we are using here. Okay, but yeah, this is how you can calculate. And if you want to concatenate first name and last name, so you can simply use first name and last name if you want to give here, and last name, right? This is how you can concatenate first name and last name. You have to have um, a data type as written type as text if you are doing this. Or let's say if you want to write another formula that calculate 10% commission if opportunity is closed one, right? So let's say if opportunity is getting closed with the stage name equal to close one, and if you want to give a 10% commission to the agent, right? So if you want to calculate the 10% commission on the amount field of the opportunity, if the stage name is closed, so you can simply write the formula like this. You can simply calculate if uh, stage name equals to closed one, then what will you do? You will do amount. You just need to calculate the 10% of the amount. Then you can use amount multiply by 0.10, just check if blank, else it will return 0, right? So this is how you can calculate the 10% of the amount, and you can pass it in the formula field, right? So we can try this on the opportunity object. I will show you how will you do that. And there is another example that I want to give you. So let's say if you want to check how many days are still remaining in the close date, in closing that opportunity, right? So what you can do is you can minus the close date from the today, right? So close date will be the idle date till the time you will close that opportunity. So close date minus today will give you the remaining days to close an opportunity, right? Okay, and then let's say if you want to pull account industry record on the contact record. So let me show you that, right? So it will give you the cross object formula also. So let me just go to the contact. Field and relationship. We'll click on new. Formula field. Click on next. Text. And I'm just naming it as account industry. Just ignore the spelling. I've just written it. So here we are in the contact object, right? And account is the parent of the contact. So what we will do is we will just pull the industry value from the account record on the related contact record. So you can simply click on insert field. You can select the account here and just select the industry here, account industry. Here we go, right? Just insert. Check syntax. It should give you green. Okay. So basically, it is a picklist field. So as I said, it will come as an HPIC val. Let's just select the function and okay, it is for comparison. Okay. Okay. So we just converted the picklist value in the text, and we are using it. Just hit next, and let's give the visibility here. Next, and add to all the layout. So we have created one field. So you can see here the account industry field is created, and it's a formula, and it is returning text, right? Okay, so let's just go to the record and let's see if account industry is getting populated. So I'm just going to sales app. Let's go to contact record. Open any contact that has account. To detail. So we have account name is not there. So let me just populate. So you can see here account industry is blank because account is blank, right? And as I said, formula field is getting calculated based on the runtime. So let's just add the account here, and we'll see if account industry is getting populated. So I've just added account on this contact. Let's just save it. I've added here, and you can also see account industry is automatically populated, and that is hospitality, and it is a read-only field, so you cannot edit it. Let's just check if the account industry is correct. So you can see here on this account industry is as hospitality, right? So this is how you can use a formula field. Any question from anyone? No questions. Let's move ahead then. The second type of the field is roll-up summary field. But as I said, I mean, you can only use a roll-up summary field if you have a master detail relationship, right? So let's go to account and check if we have master detail relationship of account with any field. We surely have on in this org. So let's just check, and we'll create a roll-up summary field accordingly. Let's create one on opportunity, right? Uh, I think we have already consumed all master detail relationships, so we don't have that right here. Let me just go back. Go to account then. So you can see here account is getting roll-up summary field, and it will only come, it will grade out if you don't have any master detail relationship with that object, and the object should be on as the master, right? Then only you can create a roll-up summary field. So roll-up summary field can only be created on master. So the definition of roll-up summary field is what? It is an aggregate child record data onto a parent record, and can only be possible in master detail relationship, and it it can give you four functions. One is count, so it can give you the count of total number of child record, right? So let's say if you are on account, so you can get a count of total number of contact associated with that account. So that's an example. Another one is sum, so it adds up the value of a number field on child record. So let's say if account is parent and opportunity is child, right? And we have an amount field on the opportunity, so it will sum up the all the amount we have on the child records and will give you the value in the parent, right? Third function is min, so it returns the smallest value from field on child record. So let's say if you want to get the close date on opportunity, the minimum close date on opportunity. So you can get that maximum amount across all opportunities. So that also you can get with the max function. So it returns the largest value from a field on the child records, right? So let's just create a roll-up summary field and let's see what all are the things that you can do with this. I'm just clicking on roll-up summary field, and let's just click on next. Right, you can give the name. Let's say I'm just giving name as child data and hitting next. So you can see here, it can give you count, some, min, max. Some min, max are in yellow because those are dependent on the number field, right? Okay. So let's just select for which object you want to summarize it. So let's say I want to summarize it on for opportunity, and I want to get the count of all opportunity. If you want to get the count, if you want to get the sum, so you can select the field for which you want to get the sum. So let's say amount field you want to use to get the sum, and similarly for minimum value, so you can get the minimum value on from these field, right, from all the child record. And if you want to use max, then you can get the maximum value from all the child record for this field, right? So which one you want me to use? इसी बहाने बोलोगे तो सही कम से कम. Which one you want me to use?
Date.
Which one?
Date.
नहीं,
Min.
I mean, which function you want me to use?
Max.
So we have only 4. Max, you want me to use max, okay? So which one? Maximum amount, close date, what? Created date, what? Amount? The maximum amount among the child record, okay? Let's just go with the maximum amount. And filter criteria, if you want to get all records, to be included in the calculation or only certain records. So if you want to give a certain criteria, you can select here and you can give the criteria. And if all the records in the child object will fulfill that criteria, then only they will come in the calculation, else they will be ignored, right? So I want all the record to be included in the calculation. So I'm using the first radio button, okay? Just click next. Here I want to get it visible for all. And next, save. So now our field is created. So you can see here, what was the name of that field? क्या नाम दिया था हमने field को? What was the name, guys? Child data, something like that, right? Child data, right here. So it is a roll-up summary field and will give the max on opportunity, right? So let's go to sales app. And on account, you can select any account and you can see all associated opportunity with that account. We have changed. Let's just change here. Edit page, because every time I'm using it, Okay, let's just move ahead. Let's go back and now let's open any account record. It should give you. So now account record is getting open. We don't have opportunity related list, right? And child data value is coming here. So let's just add on the account page layout about. So actually it is giving you all the opportunity in which we have this account record. Let's just check. So you can see here the maximum amount is 3,50,000, right? So this is the highest amount we have. And that is why it is returning the maximum amount as 3,50,000. Any question from anyone? No?
So
Okay. Yeah.
if we want to count open cases in account, is it possible through Rollup Summary?
I'm not able to hear you, man. Hello?
Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Just speak loudly. Yeah.
If we want total open cases count in account,
You want total open case count in account,
is it
right?
possible through Rollup Summary field?
How will you get that? So you will get a count of related. So case will only open, right? If
Yes,
a
sir.
case is there associated is with the account and that is open, so it will give you the total count, case count related to that account only. It won't check any condition in the roll-up summary field. So that you can get using a formula field. And using the
Okay,
formula
sir.
field, you can calculate.
Okay.
Okay. So maximum 25 per object. You can create a maximum 25 roll-up summary per object. You cannot have no cross object chaining. Cannot roll up through more than one level. I mean, there is no grant parent level. Okay. If you have a large data set, then it can slow the recalculation, right? If you have multiple child record, then it can slow down. So you cannot use any workflow and any process in here, right? Another topic we have is validation rule. Um, Basically, the definition of validation rule is a validation rule evaluates a formula expression when a record is saved. If the formula returns true, the save is blocked and an error message is displayed to the user. If it returns false, the record is saved successfully, right? And it has again multiple functions that you can use, right? So we can use is blank just to check if the value of the field is blank, and then we have is null. It checks null for the non-text field, either it is number, date, or etc. Right? Is new return true when a record is being created, not edited. So that is the important one. Is change, it returns true when a field is only being changed, not saved. Right? So it only works on edit. Right? Prior value returns the previous value of the field before the edit. So let's say if you are going to edit a value, you just want to check the previous value, then you can get it from the prior value function, right? Not, there is another function called not. It reverses a boolean. This is like not is blank field, then it will give you the reverse value. And then we have len. len will give you the length, and then we have a regex, right? It is a pattern matching function for phone number, email format, kind of, right? So this is the validation rule. We'll create a validation rule. Let me just give you some example. So let's say, um, let me just go back. So go to setup. Let's say on account, field and relationship. Let me check if we have a phone. So let's say I want everyone to input the phone, the value in the phone, right? So currently, if I will click on new, let me just go back and create a new record on the account. Will show you. We don't have phone on this one. So you can see here, phone is not mandatory, right? So if I want to create a value, I can do that without in giving any input on the phone, right? So let's say if I will hit save, account SLA. So these are the value that I need to give, and I can create without giving a phone number as a value. Let me just leave it blank. If I will leave it blank, still I'm able to put, I'm able to create a account record without giving any input on the phone field. But I don't want to do that, right? So what I can do is I can create a validation rule. So for that, what you need to do, you just need to go to setup, and then on the object manager, you can select account. Here, you will see the validation rule option is coming. You can simply click on validation rule, and it will uh, all the validation rules that you have already exist on the object, those will come here. And if there is no validation rule on the object, then nothing will come here. And then you can click on new. And here you can give the name of the validation rule, right? And let's say I just want to give the name as validate phone. And if you want to give any description, activation should also be there. Without activation, you won't your validation rule won't fire. And here everything is like the formula field. You will get the function, you will get insert field, insert operator, and all, right? So we need to check if phone number is blank or not. Then simply we can select the phone from here. This field is now here, and I want to check if the phone number is blank. So you can select either if phone number equal to in the single quotes, you can check blank, but we have a function called is blank, right? Let's just select is blank and just replace expression from phone number. Let's just check syntax. No error found. And if this expression will return true, then your validation will fire and it will return the error message. So you can write any error message you want, right? So phone number is always mandatory, right? And if you want to put it on the field or top of the page, I just want to put it on the field itself, and field will be phone only. So we have created a validation rule, and that validation rule is active, so it should fire now. So let's just create an account record again, and we'll see will it allow to create a phone number or will throw an error, right? Okay, let me just put some values here. I'm just removing the phone number here. And let's just select no. And there are some more fields that we need to put the value. Okay, so we have given some values. Now I'm just clicking on save. Let's see if there will be any error come just near to, just below to phone number, right? See here, whatever the message we have given, the account, that message is coming just on the below of the phone number field. Phone number is always mandatory, right? So without giving the value, it won't save. So if you will give the value, it will get saved. Similar record is exists, so it is throwing a warning. I'm just adding another tick. Now you can see here, a record is created. Okay, so we'll give you some of the real world example of validation rule. And phone number is blank. Let's say if close date is less than today, right? So close date can only be in future. So if you have a close date field, then it should not be less than today. So you can simply give the value close date less than, and you can use the today function, right? Similarly, if opportunity close date is already closed one, right, then you cannot change it to any other value, right? So that's just interesting one. So I think we can check this. uh, Stays, let's just do it to closed one. If I will already close it as closed one, I should not be able to change it again to any other, because closed one is the last value, and I should not be able to make it qualification again, right? So that's the validation rule we should put. Let's just create this validation rule. Okay, let's just go back to object manager again, and let's just search opportunity, field and relationship. Sorry, not field and relationship, it's validation rule, and just hit new. And now you can validate stage. I'm just giving name as validate stage, and message, error message, I'm just giving you cannot change stage name if it is already closed. Okay, and this time let's just do it on the top of the page. I don't want to go with the field. And now we just need to put our formula expression. So basically this time if you want to calculate pick list, if you want to check the value of a pick list, then we have a function called isPickVal. Sorry. Yeah, this is the function that we will use, and pick list field will insert, and that is stage. Here we go. So stage is our pick list field, and now we need to check if it is closed one. So in double quotes, you can simply check if it is closed one, right? Then what we need to do, and we are just changing. So each change will give you if the value is getting changed. Is changed will what? Is change again? We just need to change the stage name. So we'll use the same field name here. If we are changing the stage name, and if it is already closed one, then it should return true and the message should be displayed. So let's just check the syntax. No error found. Let's just save it this time. It is active. Now we should not be able to edit the opportunity if it is already closed one. So let's just do it. Currently it is qualification, so we can change it to closed one without any problem. Let's just save it. It is, oh, maybe we did not click on save earlier. Probably. Let's just check on another opportunity. It is again closed one. It should not allow us to change again. Negotiation review. Oh, I think we have written something wrong. It is not allowing me to change it to closed one, right? Currently it was negotiation. If I'm changing it to something else, it is allowing me to do that. But if I'm changing it to if stage name equal to closed one, right? That is correct. अगर पहले से closed one है and is changed stage name, if we are changing the stage name, then it should not allow. Yeah, it is true. Function is true. I don't know why it is not running. Okay. We need to change the prior value. Right? So let's just do that. If prior value is there, we did some mistake here. Let's just check the prior value. There was a function called prior value, returns the previous value for the field, right? So let's just use prior value and let's just use this in the prior value function. Okay. Let's just do that now. Okay. Let's just check the syntax. Okay. Let's just check it now if it is working or not. Let's just choose another opportunity. Discuss changes. This time it is need analysis, so it should be we should be able to change this to closed one. Yes, we are able to do now. We should not be able to change it to anything else, right? Let's just do it. Prospecting, save. Oh, again it is allowing us to change. I think we are doing something wrong again with this. Okay, guys, I will check it and will let you know in the next class why it is not working. I need to check. I'm missing something that is not coming in the mind right now. Rohit, are we missing anything here? Rohit, you there? Let's see what we are missing here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, let me just write it in another way. Let's use AND function. I'm just adding AND on the, everything will remain same, just adding AND on the top, right? Nothing else. Stage name, prior value, stage name. Speak well, and we'll use stage name, comma, close one. This is a text literal we use, and is changed. So we don't have to use AND now because AND is checking all the values, and okay. So it's changed. We same thing we are using. We are just combining these into AND. Let's just check now. Let's just check the syntax. Okay. Let's just save. Now let's check stage name. I'm just changing it to closed one. Hit save. This time it should not change now. I'm just clicking on closed one, again making it qualification, save. Okay, now it is throwing an error. So basically, I've just added that into end to end, and you cannot change the stage name if it is already closed. Any question from anyone? Any question, guys? Okay, if there is no question, then thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. There will be a class tomorrow as well, right? And we'll connect again tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.